I understand you're here because of a nosebleed and I just finished examining you to better understand your condition. Could you please describe the nosebleed in your own words? Yes, there was a fair amount of blood but it wasn't too much. It lasted for about 10 minutes. Thankfully I wasn't having any trouble breathing during the bleed. Thank you for explaining that. Do you have any idea what might have caused the nosebleed? I am not sure about the reason for the condition. I haven't injured my nose recently that I had a similar nosebleed a few months ago. And are you currently on any treatments or medications that I should be aware of? No, I'm not on any medications. Alright, based on my observation and what you've described, it seems that the bleeding was caused by a scab being dislodged inside your nose. Try not to be worried. This is a common issue and thankfully it's not usually serious. 2 simple steps, you can easily manage it. That's a relief to hear. What should I do to manage it? Definitely I will explain how to manage the bleeding. There are a few steps you should follow. First, sit down and lean slightly forward. This helps prevent swallowing blood and keeps their blood flowing out of your nose. Then pinch the soft part of your nose just above the nostrils and hold it for 10 to 15 minutes without releasing. Applying a cold compress to the bridge of your nose can also help to reduce the bleeding. It is very important not to blow your nose or pick at the scab as this can cause further bleeding. Do you have any concerns or questions? Got it. I understand your words, but what if the bleeding doesn't stop? Yes, I appreciate you ask me this question. If the bleeding doesn't stop after following the initial steps, you can apply a piece of gauze pad soaked in saline or nasal spray to the affected area and continue to maintain pressure for another 10 to 15 minutes. If the bleeding still persists despite these measures, it's important to seek immediate medical attention. This will ensure that you receive the proper care and prevent any further complications. Do you have any other questions or concerns? Thank you. I feel much better knowing what to do. You're welcome. Let's review our conversation to ensure you have all the information you need. You came in today because of a nosebleed, and after examining you I found that the bleeding was caused by a scab being dislodged inside your nose. You mentioned that the bleeding was moderate, lasted about 10 minutes, and you didn't experience any difficulty breathing. You haven't had any recent nose injuries, aren't on any medications, but you have a similar nosebleed a few months ago. To manage the bleeding, sit down and lean slightly forward to avoid swallowing blood and keep it flowing out of your nose. Pinch the soft part of your nose just above the nostrils and hold it for 10 to 15 minutes without releasing. Applying a cold compress to the bridge of your nose can help reduce the bleeding. It's very important not to blow your nose or pick at the scab to prevent further bleeding. If bleeding doesn't stop, you can apply a piece of gauze pad soaked in saline or nasal spray to the affected area and maintain pressure for another 10 to 15 minutes. If it still persists, seek immediate medical attention to ensure proper care and prevent complications. I hope it is well clear for you.